Alright guys, so let's start with week 2 of building Scarif. I'm really excited about this week. There's going to be lots of awesome stuff to happen. So starting off, I'm beginning the center landing pad of the mock. Now, it's a bit interesting because I do have to keep the mock divisible into the 4 quadrants, and it's got to be able to stay separate or come apart at least for the sake of transportation. So this will fit in a vehicle hypothetically to take to anywhere. So I gotta keep that apart, and I gotta be working on something that is very structurally sound and not so much in terms of the landing pad itself. That should be easy enough to hold up however many vehicles go on it, whether it's like 2 or 3 cargo shuttles, whatever. What really is concerning me at this point is where the base of the tower is going to go and how the tower is going to lock into the base and how much it's going to be attached and how much I can keep modular. Because I'm just keeping it transportable. So that's a little bit tough, and it's just something that I'm working on as I go here. But I set up a camera so I can do a time lapse of a much better quality than in week 1. And let's get started.
Alright, so as you guys can see, I got this bricklink order from Germany, and now I was going to do the 1000-degree knife challenge bricklink unboxing edition, but after I saw Eminar's videos, I really didn't want to do that, so I'll just use the regular side of this knife and open it up.
Alright, so here is this giant bricklink order. I'm going to quickly go over everything that I ordered here, and hopefully I can remember the quantities. I'm also going to explain kind of what I ordered a bunch of this stuff for. So starting over on this side, we've got all these orange pieces. Now I really just ordered these ones in the corner for fun, because I like them. And these other ones though I ordered for the crates on Scarif that the Kyber crystals were in on Jeddah, but I don't really know why they're on Scarif too much. But here we've got a whole bunch of palm leaves in lime green, which are also for Scarif. Here we got some light bluish gray cones. I think there's like 200 or something. There's 150 leaves. And here we got 10 of each or 8 of each of the balloon pieces in red and black. I just got those for fun. There's some pneumatic tubes and some pneumatic cylinders, which are a different part of LEGO that I don't really know too well, and I'd really like to learn a bit more because pneumatic seems like a pretty cool thing. I'd love to use that in some of my mocks because they make for some awesome features. And then we've got some of the figures from the advent calendars there. There's the Snow Chewbacca, the Protocol Droid, and the Bespin Guard. And then there's a trans orange chain, because how could I not go for that? Over here we got some sand green, a favorite of Productions, and there's I think 8 of these really cool half cone pieces. They're pretty cool. And then there's 1,500 white 1x2x3 slopes. So those are huge bags. Here we've got, I believe it's somewhere like 800 or to 1,000 light bluish gray 2x2x3 slopes. So that is a massive bag, and it's just pretty crazy. Then there's 2 dark orange pieces. Those are just kind of cool pieces. And here's some other kind of just cool pieces, these boat hulls, and you'll see kind of what I use these for in maybe in the future, maybe. And then kind of one of the main things that I was looking for in this store was these 1x6x5 panels. Now I ordered 350 of them, and that is just fantastic. So I can't wait to put those and finish up the kind of edges of this Scarif box as it is right now, but what's kind of creating this underneath frame before we get to the tower and the actual land on Scarif. Right, so let's talk palm trees. As you guys can see, I've made a few of them here, and previously I've made some other ones. Now I definitely like the new ones a bit better, and it's not just because of the lime leaves, but as well I have kind of just figured out a few new techniques, as being the second time I've desired to make trees. So I've tested out some new pieces. These seem to work pretty good to just get more offshoots to put stems on, or to just attach the clips of these pieces on. But as you guys can see, I start out like this. So I start out with a rigid tube, and I cover it in quarter cylinders. Maybe I leave the bottom space available for some 2x2 rounds with holes in them, just so that way they don't fall off the plate. But in the actual mock, I probably won't need to do that, or I'll do it, but you know there'll be kind of terrain around it, so you won't really notice that. But as you can see, then I add the dark tan bush on top of it, and on this one I've added one of these little round pieces with the bars sticking out, and those are super useful, and that's how I've kind of got some of these shapes to work here, especially the big one there. That it's kind of a mess. I think it's a bit too big, but just kind of playing around with them for now. But that's kind of what I do, and then you really just stick the leaves around it. Maybe you angle some down. It's a bit risky when you do that because then they're more likely to just kind of randomly snap off. But in the end, I think the palm trees end up looking pretty good, and hopefully I will have enough parts to do enough trees. But obviously you guys can see that I'm not anywhere near the point where I'm even going to be doing the beach terrain. As you can see, I have got quite a bit of progress done this week, not as much as I would have liked to, but overall I think I got a pretty good chunk done here. You know, starting out with all these kind of bridges out from the center, that was good to get going. And then just recently I did the I added that there, and then I added those which are on a jumper plate so they go at that angle, which was a little bit of work to just figure out there. And then obviously next week I'll be starting on the base of the tower itself, which will kind of take up a bit more of that whole back area there. But you can definitely see the center start is like really coming along. We've got this 1x2 curved technique going on there, and then of course most of the outside has been complete, but just to show it off. And then I'll probably fix up some stuff like there and there next week. But yeah. Alright, so we're at the end of week 2 of building Scarif. It's been a lot of fun so far, and thank you guys for all the really positive and encouraging feedback on episode 1 of building Scarif. Now I know that you guys are probably enjoying the series if you come back for week 2, so I'm glad to see all you guys sticking around, especially to the end here, and I just want to thank you guys so much for doing that. Once again, if you guys have any comments or questions, just leave them below and I'll hopefully try to get around to answering them. This week I got a lot of stuff done, as you guys saw. I mean, I started all the outshoots from the center and really got a bunch of work done on the center and the outsides, and what's really happening is as I go I'm figuring out what I'm going to do and kind of how everything fits together in the long term. So that's where I actually am doing a lot of thinking during these early phases, and the building will probably get done even faster as we go later on here. But I also spent a good amount of time this week building these palm trees. I spent a few minutes, and then on top of that there's a big wing right here for a giant UCS size set that has wings. It has 4 of them, and it's a shuttle, so I'm sure you guys can all guess what that is. So I'm excited to make that, and if you guys did miss the week 1 or the announcement video before week 1, I do explain kind of the layout and everything that's going to be in this mock. So if you guys didn't know that I'm building a beach, here you are. I'm building a beach as well with the cargo shuttle, and now I'm going to announce that I'll be building a UCS AT-ACT, and last week I said I was pulling out a ton of parts for it, and I did 6,000 parts out of my collection, which is a lot, and then I had to order another few hundred. And what I'm doing is I'm basing it off of an existing UCS AT-AT design that's already out there, so I'm going to be building that one, the Cave God UCS AT-ACT, or AT-AT, sorry, and then I'll be pretty much destroying it because I've heard there's a lot of flaws with it, but it's just so I can kind of gain that knowledge and understanding of just how that one's built, and then I'll pretty much be using a lot of the same pieces, but then I'm going to really heavily modify it, so whether it turns into a 7,000 piece build after that or whatever, you know, it's just going to be, I've heard there's problems with the legs and the legs connecting to the body and all that, so I kind of have to redo that, and the stuff that I want to redo to turn it into an AT-ACT is the body and the head, so that's kind of the whole thing. So I will be definitely redoing that to make it nearly like well over 50% custom, and it'll have like a removable cargo thing in the center, so it's gonna be crazy. I'm really excited for that, and hopefully I only build one if things are looking really good and we're in May and everything is going great and I'm nearly finished everything and I decided that there's room for another UCS ACT. It's gonna be a lot easier to build the second one, but I'm gonna have to order quite a few more parts because I was able to take a lot out of my collection, but that second time I'm gonna have to actually order quite a few more, so we'll see about that. But anyways, that's out there, and then we got the cargo shuttle, and of course the tower will be starting pretty much next week, hopefully. Alright, if you guys like this video, definitely drop a like below. If you guys have any comments or questions, let me know. And I don't have much for you guys in terms of feedback right now. Like, I can't be like, should I do this, this, or this? And then, you know, I get your guys' opinion. I'm sorry, I just don't have anything that I can do that with right now, because I really don't even know, let alone do I know, like, the 3 options, because these things probably depend a bit more on me, because if I don't have the pieces, I don't want to offer those options. So, sorry there's nothing like that yet, but there definitely will be later on the road. Especially dealing with like the beach and the whole other half of the mock that I'll be starting once the tower's a lot more closer to done and I've freed up some more space in this room. Now I just want to thank you guys so much for watching. Definitely drop a like, and I will see you guys all in week 3 of building Scarif next Saturday. Remember, every Saturday there'll be a new episode, so I hope you guys stay around for this and are really enjoying this series, and of course it's only going to get better from here out. I'm getting a new mic for my camera, so the audio is going to be better, but you know, it's just going to be, there's a lot more to come in this series. So I'll see you guys next week, and remember that there will be a new episode every Saturday on my channel. See you guys next time.